You don't need a business to get business credit cards. Without doing any more work, most of you are already qualified to get business funding. You can skip setting up new accounts, filing paperwork, or talking to lawyers. Banks are ready to give you money right now, not later. I'll show you how to get business credit with only $0 in revenue and a dream, the only legal business setup you can choose without forming an actual business, and a full visual cheat sheet for applying for business credit cards without owning a business. You've probably been toying around with the idea of starting a side hustle. Maybe you pick up jobs as a handyman, or you started selling items on eBay here and there. But here's the thing, you're not quite ready to take the leap into forming an LLC or getting all that paperwork in order. Now, does that mean that you're stuck using your personal credit cards for everything? No, absolutely not. You can apply for a business credit card as an individual, even if you don't have an official business yet. This is where the idea of a sole proprietorship comes in handy. A sole proprietor is someone who owns and operates their business on their own without forming a separate LLC entity like an LLC or corporation. It's the absolute simplest and most straightforward way to run a business because there's no need to file special paperwork or create a separate business structure. You're essentially the business and the business is you. So when you apply as a sole proprietor, you're telling the bank, hey, it's just me running the show right now. And instead of needing a fancy employer identification number or EIN, you can just use your social security number to apply. It's like getting the benefits of a business credit card without all the legal hoops to jump through. Now, let's talk about who can actually pull this off, like who can apply. Maybe you're driving for a rideshare company in your spare time, and you're delivering food on the weekends or after work. These are all side gigs that qualify you as a business owner in the eyes of many large credit card issuers. And according to Bankrate.com, more than 36% of US adults have a side hustle bringing in close to $900 per month. That's over $10,000 per year. You're more than qualified. But what if you're still in the idea phase? Maybe you've got a dream of launching your own consulting business or opening a car repair shop or investing in real estate. You might not have made a dime yet, but the intent is there. Now, here's the beauty of it. You don't need to be raking in the cash to qualify for a business credit card. Banks understand that every big business started somewhere, often with nothing more than an idea and a whole lot of hustle. They're willing to take a chance on you, even if you're just starting out. You can use that first sale or even the intention to make one as your ticket to access business credit. The key is to show the bank that you're on the path to earning money, and in many cases, that's all they need to see. So whether you're already making extra income on the side or just have the spark of an idea, there's a good chance you qualify for a business credit card. So let's talk about the actual application that you'll be filling out. The first part is going to be the personal info section. And it's almost like filling out a form for a personal credit card. You'll start with some basic details like name, social security number, home address, and gross annual income. But here's the thing, this application isn't tied to a corporation or an LLC. It's all about you, the individual. It's your chance to prove that you as a sole proprietor are ready to take this next step. Now, when you scroll down, you get to the business info section. It might feel like you're stepping into uncharted territory, but don't worry. This is where your side hustle starts to take shape on paper. When you're asked to choose a legal business structure, the answer is simple. Just choose sole proprietorship. Next, you'll fill out your business name. You can simply use your personal name. For example, if your name is Thomas, that's your business name too. But if you want your business card to reflect something more specific like Thomas Consulting, you can customize it like that. It's a small detail, but it makes your business feel more real. Now, let's talk about the social security number versus the EIN number problem. Since you're applying as a sole proprietorship, you can use your social security number in place of an EIN. It's a simple process that allows you to apply as an individual without the need for extra paperwork or a registered business entity. Think of it as your personal identification pulling double duty, covering both your personal and business credit needs. Now, as you move further down the application, you'll come across fields that might seem more confusing, but they're crucial in painting the full picture of your business, however small it might be right now. And first up is the business address. If your business is run from home, like many side hustles are, then your personal address will do just fine here. This section also asks about employees, and if it's just you running the show, you'll just enter 0. This really just confirms that you're the sole operator of the business. Next, you'll be asked for the business established date. This is where you might pause. After all, when did your side hustle officially begin? If you're just starting, you might choose a recent date. But if you've been at it for a while, even if you weren't taking it seriously, use that date. This helps establish a timeline for your business activities. Then comes the annual business revenue. If you don't have any revenue yet, you can just enter 0, especially with banks like Chase, which don't require an existing income to approve you for an application. But if you made some money, even a small amount, put that down. It shows that you're on your way and that there's a potential for growth there. Now, the business category and subtype fields might seem tricky, like how do you categorize a side hustle that doesn't fit neatly into traditional boxes? Now, the key is to choose the category that best represents what you do. Whether it's services or retail or consulting, find that label that aligns with your vision of the business the most. Finally, you'll need to estimate your monthly spend. This is where you consider what your business expenses might look like, whether it's supplies, transportation, or utilities. It's an estimate, but it helps the bank understand your spending habits and predict how you might use the card. Also, I'll leave this cheat sheet on screen so that you can fill out your business credit card application if you don't have a business yet. Moving on, check out these 5 stories of ordinary people with nothing more than a side hustle or a fresh idea getting approved despite having low or even no revenue. Here, this first person said, I decided to pick up a Chase business card for sole prop purposes. Planning to start doing some more freelance development on the side, and I've made about $500 so far in the past year. Nothing that's going to turn the gauge, but anyway, a good time to get my feet wet in the business card market. Been only looking at Chase Ink cards, so going to start with the unlimited. Filled out the application and then received a 7 to 10 day message, but then got an approval email about 10 minutes later. My TransUnion score was 667, Experian was 718, and Equifax was 662. My total gross income was $90,000, and my projected revenue is $2,000, and Chase pulled from Experian. I waited for snail mail. My starting limit was $4,000, which is more than what I was expecting, honestly. Chase has never been super friendly with me, but always delivered when I asked mostly. And that's just it. You don't need to be raking in the cash to get approved. This person got the green light from Chase with just $500 in freelance income over that previous year. It shows that banks are more interested in your personal income and credit history than how much your side hustle is making right now. They also had 3 Chase personal cards, so there's a lengthy relationship already established with Chase there. And you can easily apply for business credit without a business from any of the large nationwide banks, but I'd say the best one to go for, starting off at least, is Chase. They give 0% interest for 12 months. They give some of the largest sign-up bonuses in the game. I have 2 business cards with them right now. I have the Chase Ink Unlimited and the Ink Cash cards. And counting both of these cards, I was able to earn over $1,700 in sign-up bonuses, and I have a total combined limit of $34,000 with them. And that's just on the business side. So I'd really hold to that and say Chase is one of the first ones you want to build a relationship with first, especially for business credit. So definitely hit the link below to learn how to apply for the Chase Ink business cards. So the next person said, open the Chase Ink Preferred for the sign-up bonus. Got a $6,000 starting limit, which is just over the minimum limit. I had an 844 for my Experian FICO 8 score, 1% utilization, and 3 accounts showing a balance. My revenue is only $3,000, but income is $160,000. Sole prop for 20 years. I stated my monthly spend would be the amount of the minimum spend over 3 months, which is $2,700. I previously had a business checking account, so applied with that profile. Initially, I got the 7 to 10 day phone message, but I have a fraud alert, so figured it just needed the verification. I called in immediately, got verified, and got an approval email 3 hours later. I called in the afternoon to have it expedited. Starting small is totally normal. Even with a solid income and great credit, this person only got a $6,000 credit limit. It's a reminder that banks like Chase often start you off with a smaller limit, especially if your business is still in the early stages. And the next person said, I was approved at $0 revenue about a month ago. I put $2,700 in monthly spend, which will be accurate for the first 3 months in order to get the sign-up bonus. And listen, this person's business revenue was 0. And it's not a deal breaker with Chase, proving that banks are willing to give you a shot, even if your business isn't bringing in any money yet. Now, the next person said, I applied on the Chase app as a sole prop with a 3-year-old business with an annual business income of $2,000. Yearly income was $180K. I listed my estimated monthly spend on the card as $7,000. After the page loaded for 10 seconds, I received a screen saying they would let me know in 7 to 10 days. My confirmation email from Chase said they would let me know as soon as they could. 1.5 hours later, I received an email saying I had been approved. I will update the post once I get my credit line information. And then they went on to say that their starting limit was $5,000. And yet another person said, I also applied today and was approved within an hour. I put an annual business income of $1,000, though this is more profit rather than revenue. And in hindsight, maybe I should have put the annual revenue instead. Yearly income is $240K. Starting credit limit is $5,000. Now, I'm glad this person touched on this because underselling your income is a big problem when it comes to business credit card applications because the bank is going to see that lower revenue figure and give you a lower starting limit. So you got to head over to the next video where I show you the 7 things you never want to write on business credit card applications. These things are holding so many business owners back from getting the approvals and the limits that they deserve. Thank you for watching.